Welcome to the stage, my friend Megan Lovely.
The phrase, "kill your darlings," originates from a William Faulkner quote, and it's a warning to authors to get rid of the bullshit literary devices that keep you from producing good work, the overused metaphors and phrases that the reader will not find as deep or meaningful as the author, his or herself. This is my favorite picture on the internet, and I wanted to share it with you. It's exactly what you think. It's a robin staring at itself in the mirror and just pooping all day. Just staring at itself in the mirror. And I wanted to share it with you because we are all this robin. I'm this robin, you're this robin. So what this is, you dig a little past your id, and you hit a fragile, toxic, but abundant substance underneath, your ego. The ego is our silent treasure, the driver of many of our actions, and it's our precious, our darlings. And as we learned from Schmeagol, our precious poisons our action. Stuart Smalley said it best. He said, "I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me." We all live as the heroes and protagonists in our own story, but honestly, we're not. If you get outside of your own head, you realize that everyone else is living the same life as you. Everyone is desperately working to promote your own self-interests. We're all unique, just like everyone else. You know, when you hear your own name, our medial prefrontal cortex lights up like a Christmas tree. It's your brain making you feel important. We're animals evolved to love attention and recognition. Let's see. See, this is why we prepare. So in advertising and in life, you have to exercise yourself of your preoccupation with yourself and your self-obsession in order to push past to the good stuff and do good work. Not a single one of us here is comfortable with thinking about how fragile our self-esteem is and how important it is to our well-being and our everyday life. We are called Homo neurans. It's what anthropology refers to humans. We're the storytelling animal. And the storytelling tradition has been passed down through evolution, but it's also shaped our evolution. The most important stories we tell ourselves are the ones about each other and about our history. We shape our world and our successes through the reality we create, and we interact with the world accordingly. When we tell ourselves repeatedly that we're always right, that our problems are driven from the outside world, when we self-preserve above all else, we're stagnating. We're not lapping the pool, we're treading water, and we're in the deep end, ready to sink when we get tired. I work in government, and I'm way more obsessed with House of Cards than I really should be. My favorite character is Doug Stamper. He's the silent, quiet power behind Francis Underwood. Doug understands something crucial. When you work toward a bigger picture, your hang-ups, your self-obsession, they don't matter so much. Doug is arguably the second most powerful man in DC, but he's not a politician. The politicians are scrambling for power and getting completely ruined by their own self-obsession. But Doug is steady and silent, and he gets 10 times as much shit done. Think of the hours you spend every single day thinking about yourself or worrying over where you're going or if someone likes you or if you're offended by something. This is your ego taking up a whole lot of unused space and unnecessary space in our brains. When we understand the control it has, we can let that shit go. One of us wants to be this chick dangling from the rope. She's graceful as hell. But forget that. Look at that dude holding this. Man, he is holding this whole operation together, but you're not looking at him. But I want to be that guy. That guy is talented. Be the person who gets stuff done and doesn't need to be praised for it. Make a concentrated effort instead to lift up the people around you. Build other people up. It improves their performance, and it may sound like manipulation, but the act also creates a subconscious bond. We're all selling something. But selling a client on an ad campaign, trying to get people to come to an event like this, maybe recruiting a baseball team to Wichita. But in order to get what we want and to do good work, we have to look outside of ourselves. Harry Truman, a Missouri boy, but he lived in KC, and that's close enough, was super preoccupied with communism, but otherwise he was a great president. Humble beginnings begat a humble mindset, and so I like this quote, and it was either that or a Trump Twitter quote. So, William Faulkner is a Nobel Prize laureate and one of the most prolific American writers, but during the day he was a mailman. One of his best works, Barn Burning, which probably everyone remembers from high school English class, is about the difficult nature of the human ego. Almost everyone in this room is doing something awesome for our community just by being here. And the hardest workers I see are not the ones up here on this stage. It's not me. It's all of you. It's the Teresa Veazys who are not highlighted in the Wichita Eagle. It's the Lonnie Wrights who go to every community meeting. So highlight those people. Put aside and make sure that you're working toward a much larger picture outside of yourself. Kill your darling ego and see how much more cool shit we can do.